Well guys, we're good ways into the hunting season now. Still been going. No big deer yet, but I was going to update you on what's been going on. So first morning I'm setting up in this stand we call the second row double. It's a double leaner stand back in the oak hammock. A lot of acorns on the ground. So I'm sitting there looking down the road, watching both ends and into the oak hammock. And all of a sudden I see some hogs, first some piglets come out onto the road, and then I see a bigger one. So I try to pull up my rifle, but the big one just moves right into the woods before I could get a shot. They're kind of working around and starting to go behind me into the woods, so I'm maneuvering the camera, trying to get some footage of them and hopefully get a shot if the bigger ones come out. While I'm doing that, I look back over the road and then I see a deer. I'm like, dang. So I quickly turn the camera over there and I pull up my gun, look through it. It was I think a little spike or doe. Either way, can't shoot it. At the time, bucks had to have at least 3 on one side or better. So it was neat to get to see, but fortunately nothing happened that day. Okay, the next time I sit that stand, again I'm sitting in the morning, and all of a sudden in front of me, where the oaks are, 2 does come out. So I was like, oh, this is cool. I mean, it's good to see it, but again, not doe week. Don't have any tags, so can't shoot them. But at least I got some good footage of them. I was hoping maybe a buck would be chasing, so I was ready, but nothing there. Hunted a little bit further back in the road that evening, and I had a little spike come out again, and then right at dark, had a hog coming behind me, and it jumped a doe, and it ran down the road. I think it was a doe. It was real dark. It was too small to shoot. Not enough really light to get a good shot. So nothing happened then. Third morning though, I've been hearing hogs all morning, and it's doe day. So I'm ready to get hopefully at least some of the does I've been seeing. Sit up there. My dad shoots. He ends up shooting a doe, and nothing really comes my way. So I get down, and as I do, I hear the hogs again, and they're coming close. I can see the bushes moving. I can't see them, so I'm waiting. So I'm on the ground. I kind of walk in a little bit, start walking in. And by that time, a hog walks out from the palmettos, and so I pull up my rifle. About the time he walks out, he kind of stops. He kind of turns his head, for what it's worth for a hog to turn his head, and he looks at me. So I quickly pull it up, bang, shot her in the head, I should say. So that was great. Definitely exciting and fun. Definitely happy to get that. Now hunting in our location is tough in the south and in Florida and places like that, because really our area is a swamp. Okay, it gets wet and muddy. I mean, when we get rain, that's the first place to just fill up with water, and it's the last place for it to dry out. So I mean, it's a couple times, the four-wheelers are almost, you kind of wonder if you're gonna make it through some of the roads because it just gets so wet. So it really makes it tough. And also, the swamp has really thick terrain, okay? I mean, besides all the water, it's just got tons of brush, a lot of trees, it's got palmettos. So it really makes the shot tough, because it's not a long distance shot, but it's gotta be quick because they're usually moving in and you've got trees. So I use a low power scope so I can quickly find the deer, and you just gotta be ready to, when you see him, you gotta get the gun up fast, you gotta get it on him, check him, make sure he's big enough, and then shoot, before he gets out into the brush or gets out of your line of sight. Meanwhile, on one of Christopher's hunts, he gets a nice 6-point. So that was pretty cool. It's just over there, got it on the tree, slightly crooked tree. I heard some crashing in the palmettos out this way. Heard the movement, looked over, saw the ear flicker, so I knew it was a deer coming in. So twisted around, kind of leaning on the edge of the climber, but followed him out and couldn't really pick him up on the scope because of all the brush in the way to identify whether or not he was a buck, but he came out in this opening about right here. Saw the antlers and he started quartering over here. My shot
If he'd have gone about 10 feet further, I wouldn't have had a shot anymore. This bush would have blocked him off and he'd have been gone. So fired, cut him across the neck, he dropped right there. And
so it was pretty neat. It was good he got it. Now the thing that we've noticed this year, for some reason, there are just tons of acorns. I mean, more than usual. And the deer have just been loving that. That's where we've been seeing some of the bigger deer and a lot of the does and even the hawk. Just everything loves those acorns. You know, we have food plots and we have a couple feeders of corn. And really, you know, we get a few things on the game cams at night, but most everything is just hitting those acorns. You know, anything during the day when you can hunt. So one thing we do is definitely recommend, especially this time of year, if you got oak trees and they're really putting out acorns, hunt those hard right now, because at least for us, those seem to be really paying off right now. So this episode, we got some hogs and some deer. Getting on over some terrain. Remember, work those acorns because they're just a really great place to find deer. Stay tuned because we've got some big deer on camera that we're really trying to get. So we're going to be going after these the rest of the season and hopefully getting them on camera and getting them in the end. So thanks for watching, everyone.